What's up, guys? Welcome back to the You're Wrong podcast, NFL edition with myself, Kyle, Gavin, and Jared, who's really pissing me off today, and we haven't even started yet. Today we're going to go over Week 1 NFL matchups. We got a couple best bets from each of us. We got a couple headlines to go over. And then we're going to go through a couple key games throughout Week 1. If you want to see our preseason picks and divisional picks and future bets, go check out our last episode. We did that about a month ago, and then we had to wait until, obviously, now to do Week 1 picks. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Got a couple headlines before we get into the games. First headline that I guess neither of them cared about, but I don't like the Giants, so I figured I'd shit on them.
None of us like the Giants.
Well, they cut their middle linebacker, Blake Martinez, who is 28 years old, had 135 tackles a season ago, or 2 seasons ago before he hurt himself. And to me, it's just like they can't do anything right. They're tanking, I get it, but it's like they didn't name him a captain, and then they cut him
last year.
Right, but he's still 28.
They're still.
Who are they going to start at middle linebacker?
There could be underlying issues.
Me
with
or you?
injury.
I don't know.
They're going to be the worst defense in football.
I don't know.
Name one guy that they have.
Leonard Williams.
Okay. Yeah, he had what?
Xavier McKinney.
Xavier McKinney.
He's not bad.
He's a.
I'm not saying they're good either.
Isn't he a second-year safety?
Yeah. Yep. I'm not saying they're good, but they're not the worst.
And again, he's a safety. It's like the most. It's like a running back.
You think their defense is gonna be worse than the Falcons' defense?
Yeah, the Falcons have AJ Terrell.
There it is. Okay, we're not gonna get into that.
It's gonna be.
What about the Bears' defense? They have Roquan Smith and literally no one else.
That's true.
The Titans' defense. Who the hell's on the Titans' defense? Their best defensive player just tore his ACL. I don't even think Bud Dupree's on the Titans anymore. And Harold Landry just tore his ACL.
Well, the Texans' defense is also terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just bad. The Giants are bad all around.
The Jags' defense.
The Giants may be the worst team in football. I'm serious. Like I don't.
The Seahawks. Bad. The Seahawks are arguably the worst.
The Seahawks' defense is atrocious.
They
yeah.
have nothing.
The Giants are really just a bad football team.
No, I agree. They're going to be well coached, but they don't have talent.
Teams under 4 wins. What teams are going to go under 4 wins?
Seahawks, Bears, Falcons.
Texans.
Jaguars. No, Texans will go over 4.
I don't think so.
The AFC South is really bad. They can win 4 games in that division.
Seahawks, Bears, Falcons. That's my pick. And maybe the Jaguars.
Jags, I think.
Seahawks, Bears, Giants. The Falcons are going to go 7-10.
I don't. Why?
With Marcus Mariota at quarterback, bro.
I don't get why you think that.
Because they're not that bad.
I'll tell you why.
I know they're not that bad, but they're not.
He drafted
that good.
Kyle Pitts second round in my league, and ever since then he's been a huge Falcon.
I would like to point out that there's 24 keepers in that league, so therefore I did not.
Correction, Ian kept nobody.
Okay, so there was 22 keepers, which is around it. It's around in 11 picks. Is it not?
You kept Kyle. You took Kyle.
It's around
Pitts
in 10 picks.
He doesn't have a quarterback that can throw him the ball, dude.
Okay, who would I take? Who would I take?
I don't know. I don't have a whole draft board in front of me.
There you go.
We're not going to get into that, but
you're stupid.
I'm not saying your pick is bad. I'm just saying you're very pro Falcon since you drafted Kyle Pitts.
I was always pro Falcons because I like AJ Terrell.
Yeah, but that's whatever. All right, moving on.
And they play in a bad division. The NFC South is going to be brutal.
Yeah, it's horrible. The Saints are going to win it.
No, they're not.
The Saints. Okay. The Saints might finish below the Falcons.
Okay, so when the Saints win the division.
The Saints won't win the division.
So we still have that TikTok page, right?
Yeah.
So when the Saints win the division, I'll make sure I go back to this episode and last episode, cut out the clips where you guys shit on me, and then I'll post a clip of myself laughing.
That's fine.
Look forward to the TikTok. Make sure you follow it before we get there. It's gonna happen.
The Saints are bad.
They are.
Who's gonna beat them?
Who again?
Who's gonna be on the defense? The Bucks.
Who's on that defense?
Who's gonna be on the division?
Cam Jordan.
The Bucks. Marshawn Lattimore.
Oh my God. Burnt toast Lattimore.
Who's gonna beat him in that defense? The Bucks. The Bucks have you starting an offensive line.
That's fine. They have Tom Brady's quarterback. It doesn't matter.
Tom Brady, who just took 2.5 weeks off in preseason.
He's probably getting a divorce.
Exactly. You think he's going to be focused?
He's going to go
when
out.
he just came out of retirement?
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He's just going to be more angry. He's going to start drinking.
He has no Gronk. He's nothing without Gronk.
That's a terrible team. You're an idiot.
All right, well, moving on. Let's talk about some second-year quarterbacks, because I know you wanted to talk about this, so go ahead.
I think Trevor Lawrence is a bust. I think he's still going to be a bust.
Are we going to do this every episode?
Yes, because you love him.
Yeah,
I don't agree.
He's disgusting.
He's on a terrible team. He has nothing.
See, here's my opinion. If you say that Trevor...
If you put him on a better team, I think he does great. Well, fine.
Okay, well,
he's got
didn't say
nothing.
I was going to say, if you're going to say that Trevor Lawrence isn't good...
you think that he's going to make a difference on that team?
Well, no, if they get him...
That's crazy.
Well, they just got him a brand new coach who's actually competent. He had a child as a head coach last year.
I think that team can go 7-10 too.
How?
They have no defense.
Literally no
They
defense.
have no defense.
They play in a bad division. They're going to finish in second in that division.
No, they're not. They're not going to finish ahead of the Titans.
The Titans are brutal. Like
The
what's
Titans-
The Titans aren't good, but
the Titans are going 5-12.
They can run the ball for 200 yards a
That's
game.
great.
Derrick Henry.
That's great. They're going to give up 50 points a game.
I think Trevor Lawrence.
So will the Jaguars.
I think Trevor Lawrence will be the most improved player this year, though, out of the whole league for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Because think about it. They got him a coach who's a Super Bowl champion. They got him Christian Kirk, who's not a number one receiver in my mind, but he's still a weapon. They still have Marvin Jones. Travis Etienne, who has great chemistry with, is coming back.
That's true.
They got him a bolstered offensive line.
Yeah.
Not great, but
Not
better.
much.
So he has no.
They're going to finish in second in the AFC South.
He still has no. This year he has no excuses. Last year he had an excuse. This year he doesn't. So I'll agree with you there. I'll meet you in the middle. He has no excuse to play poorly again this year.
Trey Lance
See,
shouldn't be starting.
Trey Lance is gonna start through
Shouldn't
week
be.
6,
Not even.
and
No
then
way.
Jimmy G will take back over.
I don't think
no.
it makes. I don't think it lasts that long. That team is good. That team has potential.
They're
They
very
are
good.
solid all around.
And the
That
issue
team would be better. Is going to be better with Trey Lance than it would be with Jimmy G.
No.
is Trey Lance has thrown 348 passes in 4 years.
He's not going to
Live action passes.
He's not going to have to throw the ball on that team. They're going to run it down everybody's throat.
Yeah, but you still have to make the throws when they're open.
You
Like-
throw it to George Kittle.
I mean, he has good weapons, yeah.
That team is solid
But
all around.
what
They
was-
could be good.
They
They could be really good.
What was the one knock on Trey Lance out of college? He's inaccurate. And he hasn't had
and he
experience
had
to work
no
on his
reps.
accuracy.
He had
Right.
no reps.
They're kind of just throwing him into the fire. And now you put Jimmy G behind him to give him added on pressure. Like, if he was the guy and they had no backup, sure, he can learn on the fly. But
Go ahead.
What?
I was getting on quarterbacks, and the Steelers named Trubisky the captain.
I saw that.
I think Trubisky. Just speaking on that, a little off pace there, but I think he'll be fine on that team.
I do too.
I think he'll do really well on that team.
Anybody's an upgrade from Big Ben.
Yeah.
I don't think you should start, but
I mean, they're going to work Pickett in eventually.
Yeah.
It's Trubisky's job to lose.
no, yeah, I agree, but I think Kenny Pickett's shown more in preseason.
It's preseason. Doesn't really mean much.
You don't
play.
You
You're
don't.
not playing with
You're
starters.
playing against fourth stringers.
Yeah.
All right, so other second-year quarterbacks. Zach Wilson might start week 1. They had a workout for him today. They're going to see how he reacts.
If he starts week 1, I'm taking my best bet of the best bets is Jets with the points.
You're an idiot.
What is the spread on that game?
I don't care.
It was 6.5 before Zach Wilson got hurt, and now it says NA. So they're waiting to see who the starting
I
quarterback
hate
is.
that. That pisses me off.
Yeah, it's kind of book manipulation, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Fucking Vegas.
People are still going to bet it either way.
And if Zach Wilson starts, I think they can win that game.
See, I'm the opposite way. I never bet on the Jets, but
Joe Flacco's
If-
horrible.
if Joe Flacco starts, I would take a money line.
Joe Flacco had the worst throw I've ever seen in a preseason game.
You're wrong.
Not Mac Jones had the worst I've ever seen in a preseason.
That was
game
bad
the other
too.
day. That
But
was
Zach Wilson's
atrocious.
pick was worse than Joe Flacco's pick.
No, it wasn't.
Joe Flacco was at least running out and was a flowing linebacker, so he didn't see him in his hindsight. But Zach Wilson literally looked at a linebacker and put the ball in his numbers. Which one's worse?
You're wrong.
And it was his first throw of the preseason. It was Zach Wilson's first pass of the preseason with an interception.
I mean, he sucks, though. What do you expect?
That's my point. He's terrible. He has so much potential, but right now he stinks.
I'm glad he finally admits it.
Mac Jones stinks.
Who told you that 2 years ago?
He's got the mold, but he stinks.
Why? Because he's white and fat?
And tall. Yeah. He fits the mold.
We'll wait and we'll see how he does. I'm not going to get into that.
He stinks.
I mean, that whole team is
So
good.
does Zach Wilson at team.
He stinks. He's a
They're a
product
six-win
of.
team.
He's a product
The
of. his
Patriots
team.
are really bad.
They're a 6
I think
so
we need.
bad.
I think we need to start talking about how Bill Belichick is a product of Tom Brady,
I agree. He doesn't want anything without him.
and he has
And
nothing.
he- I
but,
mean,
and
he
he has
hasn't-
nothing but bad draft
Before
picks.
or after him.
Nothing but bad.
I mean, before he wasn't a head coach.
can we
very
name?
long
Can we
beforehand.
talk about the draft picks since Tom
And
Brady?
he did go. What do you mean? He went to the Super Bowl before with Bledsoe.
I don't think he did.
If we're
No,
being
Belichick
honest-
wasn't there.
If we're being honest, Bill Belichick has never been a good, like,
He's a very good defensive coordinator.
but he can't like him and Robert Kraft can't draft
No, he can't.
No, I can't. Especially the receiver position.
any position. Name a guy other than like Aaron Hernandez and Gronk.
I mean, that's two very good.
To
Yeah, they're tight end, but that's like the only position they get right is tight end.
Tom
They
Brady.
drafted Julian Edelman, did they not?
Yep. No, he was undrafted.
He was undrafted.
Oh, okay.
So was Chris Hogan. That entire wide receiver
Well,
core
I'm
was
not gonna,
undrafted.
okay, what about Wes Welker? Did they draft him?
No, he went. He was on
Wes
the
Welker
Chargers.
started on the
Chargers.
Broncos, I think.
Broncos, Saints, something.
You bring up a good point. I can't really name any
They're just like
They didn't
he's
draft-
not that good.
Yeah, they didn't draft.
Like he gets everyone's like, oh my god, he's just such a good players coach, but he doesn't get players.
Well, it's the
to coach.
Patriot way. Yeah, he's very strict.
Yeah, the Patriot way was having Tom Brady at quarterback.
Yeah, I agree. Also, by the way, now that I know we're kind of just we're shooting the shit right now, but another note I want to make with the Buccaneers and why I think the Saints will win, they don't have Bruce Arians anymore. Todd Bowles is their head coach.
Tom Brady is.
I'm a Jets fan.
All that was is Tom Brady's.
I keep forgetting that Bruce Arians is gone and Sean Payton's gone.
Yeah, and Todd Bowles is not a good head coach. So
I didn't even. He's their head coach.
Yeah.
I had no idea. See,
Yeah.
like I'm not here.
that's what I'm saying. Like the Saints are easy money.
Todd Bowles is bad.
Plus 380. Yeah, that's my point.
Well, Tom Brady's just.
They still
running the
have
offense. That's all that matters.
Byron Leftwich, which is okay for the offense, but. All right, so second-year quarterbacks. Any other second-year quarterbacks? We don't need to talk about Davis Mills.
No.
What other second-year quarterback is there?
Who didn't we talk about?
There's the big four, right? Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, Trevor
Lance.
Lawrence, Trey Lance. That's all we really need to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on to some games. First game, Thursday Night Football, the one that opens the season. Bills at Rams. Okay. Now I'm gonna give the betting line, but I mean we'll save.
I think this game should be.
We'll save our
even.
best
I don't
bets
know-
for
I don't
the
know why
end.
there's a spread.
But I'll give the betting lines. The Bills are minus 2.5
I think it should be even.
on the road to LA.
It should be even. I don't know why. It's
I think the Rams got a serious Super Bowl hangover.
I do too. I was just about to say I might hammer the Bills.
Matthew
on
Stafford's
Thursday night.
shoulder, they said, is going to
Elbow.
linger the whole season.
Elbow.
Whatever it is.
But
They said it's going to linger the whole season.
They said no limitations.
And that
Thursday.
team, that defense, like, they have Aaron Donald, he's great. They have Jalen Ramsey, he's great. But then who do they have?
Who's the middle? Who's the
But
middle
did they
linebacker?
get?
Who's the middle linebacker they just signed? Why am I forgetting his name? The guy from the Seahawks, Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
I mean, Jared's gonna say he's old.
He's like 500 years old.
He's 33.
That's
Yeah,
old
he's
for a
for a
linebacker.
middle
Yeah, he's
linebacker.
old. But they had Von Miller last year, who was like 33 too.
He's a defensive end. It's a completely different position.
Didn't he go to? The,
How?
Isn't he on the Bills now?
Yeah.
They pay him
The
some
worst
stupid
contract of all time.
That's such a bad.
6 years.
But anywho,
You don't pay a 33
they
defensive end 6 years.
got worse at the receiver position.
How?
Huh?
How?
They lost OBJ. They got Allen Robinson.
I mean, well, I actually just got a report that said they're keeping OBJ's locker with his name on it, so they plan on him coming back at some point.
Okay, well his ACL is no longer attached to his body.
Okay.
So like
But they didn't have Odell. They only had Odell for 6-7
Van
games.
Jefferson, not there. They're not deep at
Why?
the
He
wide
tore his
receiver.
ACL, right?
Yeah, they're not deep at the wide receiver position. They have
Yeah.
two guys.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
Allen
can do
Robinson.
whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, okay.
Tyler Higbee stinks.
Higbee.
Their
Yeah,
running backs.
Tyler Higbee.
Cam Akers is still hurt.
You're mentioning their biggest loss. You haven't mentioned their biggest loss yet. Andrew Whitworth, their left tackle.
He's old, but
He was old, but he was
phenomenal.
still very good run blocker. He was not good in pass protection last
like
year.
I don't think that
Very good
team's-
run blocker.
I think that team might not even win their own division.
I mean, that division's. I think the 49ers might win that division.
It depends on.
But
trades,
anywho,
yeah.
I think the Bills win that game by 2 touchdowns and
Yeah,
the
I
over
love it.
hits.
I love the Bills minus.
What is the
2.5.
over? What's the over on?
I'm assuming it's probably
Is it
52.
I think it's 50 and
Probably
a half.
52 and a half. Yeah, 50.
and a half.
It's got to be 50 something. I'm not going to touch the over under because I don't know with Stafford's elbow. I don't like touching a lot of week 1 overs. Maybe sometimes week 1 unders, but I don't like touching a lot of over unders to be honest.
Okay,
I
if
have
you-
one of my
So
best bet,
totals, you don't like touching totals.
Yeah, over under totals.
So we're all in
They're
agreement. So
synonymous.
we're all in agreement. Bills minus 2.5 for sure.
Yeah,
I might even move the line to like 5.5.
Yeah, the only thing that scares me with the Bills is they can't stop the run still.
And they're going west, but
You overthink that. It's week 1.
It's week 1 does not.
Plus, they have no run game still, so it's like I don't know if I can.
Devin Singletary.
Right, like and James Cook, like come on. All right, so we're all on the Bills there.
Mm-hmm.
Next game we got divisional game. Jared and I already know we're going to be on opposite sides. Packers at Vikings. Packers minus 1.5. You like the Packers? Not
I would throw every dollar I own on the Packers.
Then
this
do it.
week.
Why is it not in your best bet?
Do it.
Because I'm not weirdly talking about it.
Do it.
Well, we're going to
Put all
talk
your
about
money
some
on it.
games anyway.
Put all your money on it.
I will.
Okay.
You think the Packers in their first game with that new receiving core are going to score on the Vikings?
I think the Packers are going to score on every possession against that defense. Speaking of bad defenses in the NFL, the Vikings are one of the worst.
Yeah, they're not great.
Yeah, it's not good.
They're not great.
The Packers may score on every
Talk about
possession.
overs. If I did like week 1 overs, that might be.
I think
a
Judge
over.
just went deep again, by the way. He did.
Well, he's wearing a buzzer, so what do you expect?
He did. I mean, he threw him a 88-mile-an-hour slider right down the dick.
Well, it's easy to hit out of the stadium. You know it's coming. Bzz, bzz,
Anywho,
bzz, bzz.
Packers -1.5 is the L word
Lock.
central.
And
L
the-
word central.
And
Well,
over.
I'll be on the Vikings money line. So probably
Bad bet.
plus 130. It's actually my best
I want to go
bets.
with I think the Vikings win that division.
I do too.
I want to say the Vikings, but I also don't want to bet the Packers week 1 because I have no idea
Also,
what Aaron Rodgers is going to want to
When's
do.
the last time Aaron Rodgers has lost to the Vikings? Does he ever lose to that team?
Nope. This is the year.
Yeah, they say that every year.
Who's he throwing to?
Huh?
Who's
Hey,
he throwing
he could be throwing to me and you. He's the best thrower of the football in football.
Football.
Probably ever. But yeah.
He could be throwing to me and you, and he'd put it right where we need to have it.
But you still drop it, so.
Probably.
Good point.
Just like his wide receivers are going through because he doesn't have it.
All right, who are we on? The Vikings?
Yeah.
All right, so Vikings,
touch it,
Packers.
but I'm going to go Vikings.
Next game we got Steelers at Bengals. Bengals are -6.5, which to me is a lot of freaking points.
Yeah.
For a divisional game, that's a lot of points in week 1.
Well, it's because Steelers was a your quarterback. Trubisky starting, like you said.
Well, a lot of times, too, they base lines off of last year because they don't really know what to go off
And
of.
the Bengals destroyed the Steelers last year.
Right. So that's why I think it might be. But I'm probably not going to bet that game. But if I did, I would lean Steelers plus 6.5.
I think the
I
Bengals
would.
are going to come off of that, making it to the
Talk
Super
about
Bowl.
a Super Bowl hangover.
That's going to be
I
a
think they're
hangover.
better this year.
I
think that-
no, they definitely got better, but I don't think they're going back to the Super Bowl.
And it's
No,
also
I
one of those things like, are they going to repeat the magic they had last year?
No.
Like, do you honestly believe that they can go on the road, say to Kansas City again in the playoffs, and beat them the way they did? Like, that's a magical season.
I mean, they should have lost.
Teams
to the
can't always
Raiders,
repeat
so.
that. Like, they got better on paper, but sometimes you can't repeat that same magic. You know what I mean?
I mean, the offensive line got better.
I am-
That
But
was-
the offensive line got miles better.
I am-
That was the weakest thing that they had. What did he get sacked 7 times?
9 times.
I am sincerely concerned.
And
of
won
what-
the game against the Titans.
I am sincerely concerned of what Jamar Chase is going to do to the Steelers secondary on Sunday. Like
I'd be more concerned about T. Higgins in week one. I love Jamar Chase. You know that. But everyone's going to key on Jamar Chase.
I don't think you can.
Jamar
key on
Chase. Jamar Chase might have 14 catches for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns on Sunday. Because who's gonna? Levi Wallace is gonna be his. That's who's gonna be covering him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I am petrified.
Well, your boy Minka. They can just.
Yeah, just throw him over the top, and then they're gonna. Yeah, and then they're just gonna
bracket him with Minka.
Okay, that's great. And then they throw the ball over the middle, and then who do the Steelers have at linebacker other than Miles Jack? Because Devin Bush couldn't tackle me in the open field.
You sound like you're very low on the Steelers this year.
I think they go 8-9. They're gonna be okay.
Well, I have over 7.5 wins, so I'm okay with that.
But
It works.
it's not gonna be. I'm gonna start crying. I mean, I have him in both my fantasy leagues, so I'm gonna be like, yeah, let's go. But he's going to walk over that team. Walk.
I mean, I hope so. I like the Steelers in this game, though, the line. Just because the Steelers defense and Mike Tomlin.
But their offense.
And Super Bowl hangover.
New quarterback. That's-
Right.
I can literally. See
I like
it.
Trubisky.
But the Bengals defense is all right.
I can
It's
literally
like-
see it right now. First snap of the game, they're going to line Jamar Chase up in the slot. He's going to run a slant across the middle, and he's going to catch it, and he's going to go 80 yards to the house. First snap. I can see it. And nobody's going to come close to him.
Probably.
I can see it.
I could never bet against the Bengals, though, because Joe Burrow's my guy. He's that guy. I'm never betting against him. But who do you like in this game?
If it was later in the season,
Nope, that's not.
no, I'm saying I would go Steelers, but no, I'm going Bengals.
-6.5?
Yeah.
All right, interesting. So
Just
we got
because Mitch Trubisky has
Bengals,
he had
Steelers.
preseason, but he had wow.
I have a question.
limited
Have you
reps.
ever bet an underdog? Like, I'm not trying to bust your... But even on your thing, you wrote nothing but favorites.
Yeah.
That's
But
a recipe.
I moved
That's a recipe for
move the
disaster.
line more and make it worse on myself.
That's a recipe for
Not that
disaster.
I just can't think of any right now. My brain's not really working very well today.
Long night.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I just don't know, man.
All right, what's next?
We got Raiders at Chargers. Chargers are -3. So it's essentially an even line, but they're giving the Chargers 3 because they're home.
This game is I have no.
That scares me that the Chargers are only -3.
It's gonna be the highest. Sorry.
Highest scoring game of the
It's
week.
gonna be the second highest scoring game of the weekend.
Behind what?
The game we're gonna talk about next.
What is the over under on that game?
It's 52, I think it's
No
also
way,
52,
it's
yeah.
only 52.
Yeah.
The game's gonna be
The
40.
Chargers defense is good, but
Doesn't
the
matter.
Raiders offense is good too.
Yeah, Devontae Adams is still gonna have 2 touchdowns.
I'm not worried about the Devontae Adams.
J.C.
thinking.
Jackson on Devontae Adams. I'm more worried about Renfro.
Yeah, I'm
Renfro's
worried
a
about Hunter
dog.
Renfro and Darren Waller.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
who's at linebacker? They don't really have the Chargers. Darren Waller might.
They have Kenneth
feast.
Murray, but he's a middle linebacker.
Dennis-
He's not great in pass
I mean,
coverage.
Yeah, I think you
Darren Waller might feast on that defense.
Well, the Chargers are going to live in nickel package that game, and just they're going to dare the Raiders to run. They're just going to bring a nickel in, bring an extra corner in, line them up against Renfro, and they're going to dare the Chargers.
It's only 52. Oh,
the
Raiders that over.
The Raiders won't run the ball well against them.
It's only 52.
I mean, who do the Raiders? Josh Jacobs.
Yeah,
sure.
And they cut Kenyon Drake. They
who
have no left tackle. They just cut Alex Leatherwood. I mean, he was terrible. But,
Horrible.
yeah, but they don't have a left tackle.
Steelers should take a flyer on him, though. Just why not?
It's worth a shot. Yeah, I mean, because a lot of times like that, like it might just be he didn't fit in the system. You know, he didn't fit in the scheme, especially in the NFL.
Or he just had an attitude problem like everybody else in professional sports.
No, I didn't hear anything about him. He simply just wasn't good.
Entitlement.
I'm obviously leaning Chargers here because they're the much better football team and they're home, and it's Justin Herbert's second year.
That's not the
system.
Sunday Night Football game, is it?
No, it's 4:25. That's
Sunday,
probably the game of the
Sunday
week.
Night Football is the Bucks Cowboys, I believe. The next game we're talking about.
Yes.
But I'm assuming you're leaning Raiders here.
I think both teams are just especially to start the year. I won't bet it.
Money line Chargers.
But I think
yeah, Chargers in a money line parlay.
I think the Raiders win a one possession game like they did last year. Every single game, they win a one possession game in this game.
I think
I bet
both
you
quarterbacks throw for 400 yards.
I bet you it's like
probably.
I bet you it's like 30-27 with like a minute and a half to go, and Max Crosby beats their tackle off the edge and strip sacks Justin Herbert. Game over.
He's throwing a lot of predictions out today.
A lot of strange.
A lot of play-by-play predictions today.
Right there. That's interesting.
That's
right.
That's
so you're on the Raiders then by choice.
I mean, I don't really care.
Okay, but
I don't know.
I told you I'll take Chargers money line. I don't want to touch those points. I don't.
Okay.
I'm
with you.
It's going to be a shootout.
I'm with you. Chargers money line in the parlay is probably the safest bet.
I wouldn't touch
if you're gonna bet it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't touch that game.
All right, next one we got Bucks are -2 at the Dallas Cowboys. I already know what you guys are gonna say. You guys are all over the Cowboys +2.
Well, no,
I actually might be with you.
No. I said this is gonna be the highest scoring game of the weekend, and I have it in my best bet.
Well, the Cowboys are your favorite or you love them to win the NFC.
I love the Cowboys.
So, but is Michael Gallup playing Week 1? He's not, right?
No.
So who's their second receiver behind
Dalton Schultz? But anyway,
no receiver. They don't have another receiver.
Yeah, they do. They have
CeeDee Lamb.
They got a rookie, don't they?
They picked up. Well, they drafted 2 wide receivers.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Let me look.
I don't remember them drafting a receiver.
Let me look.
I really don't.
Either way, they're shoddy. I think it's going to go either way. I think they're going to do that stupid thing where it's like, oh, 1 week they look like the best team in football, and the next week they look like a dumpster fire.
Yeah, probably. That's Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
I don't trust Mike McCarthy. That's another thing with the Cowboys.
He's
horrible. He's horrible.
But I think that game's. I mean, like Jared said, the highest scoring game of the week. In his opinion, I agree. It's going to be
Noah Brown.
My point. Like I like the Cowboys overall when Gallup's healthy more than I like the Bucks.
Now
I'm not touching that.
You're going to say I'm a homer here, but this was the highest scoring game last year. All last year, Cowboys. Bucks.
Okay.
And it was early on in the year.
How are you a homer?
Nope. Ezekiel Elliott's going to have the most points as a running back this week in fantasy.
He drafted Ezekiel Elliott.
That's why he was going to call me a homer.
Well, I mean, I can see it. He's going to run the ball 30 times.
He's going to run the ball, and he's probably going to be the second receiving option.
Yeah.
I
mean, who else is he going to throw to? You're right. Good point.
The Cowboys' offensive line is not that good anymore, and Vita Vea is one of the best run stoppers in the NFL. But he's only one.
It's Vita Vea.
Yeah,
Vita Vea, whatever. Same shit, dude.
No, it's not.
Same thing. You know who I meant, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's the same shit. So
check your attitude.
I don't know. I don't mind it. It's only one guy, so like I don't mind it. Like I'd probably lean Cowboys to win that game as well.
It's going to be a close
especially
game.
knowing Tom
What's
Brady.
the over/under on that game?
Probably 52. They won't go higher than 52
I know
in week 1.
They should.
I can check.
They won't go higher than that 52.
I also think
52 is a lot of points in the NFL.
I think Mike Evans has 100.
It is the Sunday night game, and it's 50.5.
Yeah, I know they wouldn't go higher.
Take that over.
Mike
Evans has 150 yards. Mike Evans is 100.
No.
Yes, oh, yeah. Mike Evans. We're going to put Trayvon Diggs on Mike Evans. He might have 250 and 4 touchdowns.
No.
Come on.
Trayvon Diggs
Timeout.
is so overrated.
Timeout.
And I stand by that.
He's a ball hog. He's like Marcus Peters.
I think
He either gets a pick or gets burned.
I think Trayvon Diggs has started to get so much hate that he might be a little bit like.
No, he is.
Underrated.
I agree with you.
Like he's not that bad.
Everyone in the media
He's not
hates him
that
now.
bad, but
He's not good.
I've hated him since
He's not good, but he's not like bottom of the
He
barrel.
gave up the most
corner.
receiving yards in the NFL last year.
That's fine.
Which means they're throwing at him. Like, for example, I know it's preseason. I don't talk about preseason. Sauce Gardner did not get thrown at one time in preseason. So, like, you pick and choose your matchups. If you don't think he's that great, you're going to throw at him. He got thrown at
Didn't they get another corner in free agency?
Who?
The
Cowboys? Probably.
And Michael Parsons is going to win Defensive Player of the Year, by the way.
He's disgusting.
He is ridiculous.
And but they might throw him on Mike Evans because he can cover him.
No, he can't.
Okay.
No, he cannot.
Okay.
He's not covering. He's not covering Mike Evans out by the numbers. Nope.
No way. He'll get burned.
He's too big. He's fast, yeah. He's also not. I mean, he's okay in pass coverage against like a tight end.
I think
But no, not against Mike Evans.
Dalton Schultz is the most overrated fantasy tight end matchup.
He gets drafted too high. He's good, but he gets drafted too high.
What do you get taken in your league
Like
this year?
5th round.
That is
Fifth or
high.
fourth round,
That
yeah.
is very high.
Like he's just
I think
not bad,
I think he got taken before I got T.J. Hawkinson.
which is like I just don't like that.
Why?
Yeah.
Who took him?
I don't remember.
What's the
Oh,
last
did
one we
he
got
go?
on there?
That was the last game. That was the last
But
game.
that's my
No, we
favorite.
had best bets.
That's my favorite game. And I think Cowboys are going to win.
With okay. Did you see the NFL Network when they do the top 100 players?
Yeah. Tom Brady's
Brady
number
number
one
one
again.
again.
And
It's voted on by the
Minka
players.
Fitzpatrick wasn't on that list, by the way.
Okay. That means players don't think he's that good.
I just wanted that noted that Minka Fitzpatrick wasn't on that list, and Derwin James was like 19th.
There are
As
some
he should
injury-
be.
There are some
Okay.
I tell you this all the
people
time.
on that one.
You hate Derwin James because he's on the Chargers. When Derwin James is healthy, he is the number one best safety in the NFL. Number one.
Okay.
No one.
Jamal
comes
Adams
close.
was on the list, by the way, and
Well, he shouldn't be.
Minka Fitzpatrick wasn't.
Well, Jamal Adams because he can hit, and these guys are voting. You know, you get hit by Jamal Adams, you remember it because he hits hard.
That's great.
That's about it.
That's great.
But
He's
Derwin
not
James
good
is
coverage.
a healthy Derwin James is bar none the best safety in the league.
No,
And
he's
it's not close. Yes, it is.
No, he's not.
He's one of the best. He's one of the best in coming up and stuff in the run, and he's also he can cover hash to hash, sideline to sideline. Minka can too, but like Derwin James is just better.
All right, we're gonna move on before I punch you in the face.
Do it.
All right, well now we got our best
Punch him in the
bets.
face.
So you
Can
want,
I want to do mine.
Punch him in the face.
Oh,
he won't. It's all talk.
Giants, Titans, over 45.5. I don't think either team gets a stop.
I
I'm
also don't.
a
think
little
their offense
confused.
is
I'm a
gonna
little
be able to move
confused
the
though.
ball.
Yeah. I thought you were very low on the Titans defense and the Giants defense.
And both of
You
their
mean
offenses.
Or yeah, offense. Sorry.
But their defense is worse.
Doesn't matter, but both their offenses are
Like
Yeah,
like
like, do I ever want to bet it on over with Daniel Jones in the game?
Timeout.
That might just get really frustrating. That's a recipe for disaster.
Derrick Henry may run for 400 yards in this game.
That's a good take. Yeah.
They have no linebackers.
But you got to figure if they just run the ball, it's gonna chew clock. But I mean, they also have Robert Woods and Traylon Burks, so like they're good weapons.
Traylon Burks been horrible. By the way. He got hurt in the last preseason game.
Did he really?
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him, but he got hurt.
That sucks.
Okay, though.
And that's probably my best of the best bet is the over in that game.
I can agree with that. I can agree.
What is
with
that? What's the number?
45.5.
That's low. So.
That's really low. I think it's low for a reason.
Well, it's because both offenses
You
are
don't think-
still
I-
Well,
clearly.
it's also it's
you
Daniel
don't-
Jones' first actual live game in Brian Dable's system. I don't know if he's gonna click right away.
27-24. Final score.
That's not bad.
It's 51, by the way.
I know. I wasn't doing the math.
Yeah, you were.
Okay, I wasn't.
Next, Cowboys Bucks, highest scoring game of the year last year. I think that was right. I look like an idiot if I'm wrong on that, but
I mean, no, I doubt any of our 15 viewers are gonna fact check you.
but I think that's right.
Tom, fact check him if you see
Hey,
this, Tom. Fact check him. We're gonna get
So
text in the group chat tonight. Jared, you're wrong.
So I have Cowboys Bucks over 50.
It's gonna be in the comments.
Yeah,
Cowboys Bucks over 50. I think it's isn't it Dallas?
it's in Dallas.
Yeah.
They're in the turf. Turf's gonna be fast.
This is not horse
Right.
racing. It's not horse
It's the last day of
racing.
the track.
What
These
the
guys'
hell?
mindset.
Turf's gonna be fast.
Turf's gonna be
Turf's
fast.
gonna be fast. Turf's gonna be firm. I like the
What
over in
race
that
are they
game.
on?
Ezekiel Elliott's gonna look real quick in that white on the turf. By the way,
Zelo is fat now.
Leonard Fournette
So are you.
by the end of the year will not be the starting running back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It'll be Rashad White. Next bet.
I don't.
Did the kid from Arizona
I don't
State?
disagree with you.
I don't know where he's from.
Pretty sure it's from
Next
Arizona
bet.
State. Rashad White.
Kyle's gonna hate this one. He probably already saw it.
I did not.
I have the Atlanta Falcons plus 5.5 against the New Orleans Saints.
I like it.
Can we just bet that straight up, me and you? Take the bookie juice out of it?
Yeah, fine. $50.
That's too rich.
You're giving me 5.5 points? I'll take a money line, too. I think they win the game.
Okay, I'm not going to do money. That's like free. I'm robbing you at that point. So no.
Okay.
He's giving. Well, then take it.
It's Jameis Winston.
I'm a good friend. I can't just take it.
It's Jameis Winston.
Right, then give him the points.
Okay.
Give him the points. Do it. Shake his hand.
Everybody and their mother is going to
Shake
bet the
his
New
hand.
Orleans Saints because they
Give
beat.
him the points. Shake
Everybody's
his
and
hand.
their mother is going to bet the New Orleans Saints because they beat the Packers in Week 1 last year, and Jameis looked like old Jameis. But this man stinks. Okay?
Take the bet. Shake his hand.
Atlanta.
Move it to
Plus
2.5.
5.
He's one of 8 quarterbacks to throw for 5,000 yards.
Yeah. How many? He had 38 picks that year.
33.
Atlanta plus 5.5. Take it to the bank. Meet me at the window. $50?
Deal.
That is a deal.
Straight
He will
up.
be paying me.
Okay, let's do it.
No juice. No juice.
No juice. No juice. That's why we're doing it. Instead of betting on the book. No juice.
You give me 5.5 points.
5.5 points.
Thanks.
You just got free $50.
I think I did too. I think he overrates the Saints. I think he thinks the
does.
Saints
He's
are
way
the best.
too
No, it's not that I'm overrating the Saints, because I only picked the Saints to win the division because I think the Bucks will let everybody down. It's not that I think the Saints are good. Same thing in this case. It's not that I think the Saints are good. It's that I think the Falcons are maybe the worst team in the NFL. They have Marcus Mariota as starting quarterback.
What?
There's a reason he's been a backup since 2017.
So what?
There's a reason he's been a backup.
Jameis Winston's been a backup since 2018.
He got hurt.
You started last year and got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt. Dude.
Okay, he started last year, but before that, he was a backup since 2018.
Not since 2018.
Yeah, no.
When did Brady get there?
Brady got there
2019?
2020, didn't he? They won in 2020.
2021.
2020 to 2021, they won.
I think you're wrong. Anyway,
They won it in 2020-2021 season.
Yeah.
Last year was 21-22 season. This year was 22-23 season. They won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Jameis Winston was the starting quarterback 19-20.
Bitch.
Get
Got
on.
bodied. You just got bodied.
Give him my
Atlanta
$50.
plus 5.5. Take it to the bank.
All right, you're done. Gavin, you're up.
Hey, all right. Let me get further into it. AJ Terrell's on Michael Thomas. Who else does he have to throw to?
Alvin Kamara,
Oh God, he loves Alvin Kamara. I
Jarvis-
think Alvin
Jarvis Landry, who had a
Alvin
horrible quarterback last year.
Alvin Kamara has his worst season to date this year.
I'm not
That's why
saying
I
I'm not
hate
huge
him.
on Alvin Kamara, but he's a stud.
And what was the other one after you said Alvin Kamara?
Jarvis Landry.
Oh God, he loves Jarvis.
Oh,
Landry,
he
too.
stinks now.
Dude,
Listen, I don't think Jarvis Landry's a 1,000-yard receiver, but at the same time,
he's
he's
gonna be like
talented.
next. He's gonna be like Chris Olave.
No, I hate Chris Olave. He was my receiver 7 out of the draft. I'm not a big Olave guy.
Go
He's
ahead.
fast as shit, but
Go ahead, Gavin.
he's Henry Ruggs just out of jail.
Wow. Oof.
I mean, you go 120 miles per hour, you deserve a joke.
He was going faster than that.
Exactly.
I think when he made contact with the car, he was doing 120. Before he was doing like $150.
That's awful.
That's pretty badass.
All right, Gavin, go ahead.
Colts -8 over the Texans.
I like that.
I think the Texans are
I like that a lot.
going to score 10 points.
Yeah, I think they could stomp him out pretty easily.
Yeah,
and then Jonathan Taylor just runs for 200.
He's going to have 200 yards.
Yeah, I think that could happen.
And they're going to. I think they're going to mess around with Matt Ryan getting in the. I bet they had the lead. They'll be up by 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, and they're going to start messing around with the offense and see
Who
what
was
they
it?
can actually do. Matt Ryan,
Oh,
new
Matt
system.
Ryan.
He's a good quarterback.
Colts are going to be a lot better than they were last year.
Oh, yeah.
It's a huge upgrade.
I agree. Broncos -6 over the Seahawks. I know you hate that take. You think everyone's on the Broncos. You think the Seahawks will do it because it's in Seattle. But I think the Seahawks have nothing. They don't even know who their starting quarterback is.
Geno Smith, they named him.
Oh, they named him starting quarterback? That's even worse. I would have rather had, what's his name from the Broncos? Drew Lock.
Drew Lock? No. God, no.
Over
That
Geno
man's-
Smith?
Drew Lock's a
My
joke.
daily fantasy pick of the week is Tyler Lockett.
Can you stop biting your hand? You used to do that all the time when you were like 10
Tyler
years old.
Lockett.
Biting calluses.
You always bite like right here. You used to be so
I used
bad.
to bite right here.
Yeah,
Bite.
that's what it was.
Tyler Lockett.
Can we get an explanation on that one?
He was great with Geno Smith last year.
Okay.
Well, that makes sense because they're going to have, what's his name? Patrick Surtain's going to be on DK Metcalf, so hopefully, probably,
That dude's a house.
I would assume.
House, not even fair.
Yeah, take DK Metcalf's under week 1.
If he had good hands, he'd be unstoppable.
DK Metcalf?
Yeah.
He does have good hands.
Debatable. 49ers -7 over the Bears. I think the Bears don't win more than 3 games this year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's enough explanation there. The only thing about the
The Bears are
49ers,
the worst team in football. I agree with that.
the only thing with the 49ers is I just don't like Trey Lance. I don't think he should be starting.
Yeah, but -7, they're a superior football team. It's a touchdown.
I mean, they're all around one of the best teams in football.
The Bears are the worst team in football. They're going to go 0-17.
The Texans and the Seahawks.
No.
Right
I feel bad for Justin Fields too, man. He never even had a shot.
We didn't really talk about Justin
Since
Fields.
he got drafted. Well, there's nothing to talk about. Since he got drafted, he's never had a chance. He never will until he gets cut or they draft someone else.
Or trade.
He'll never have a chance.
Yeah, that's fair.
His career's already over.
Sam Darnold 2.0.
Yeah. I
So
agree.
Colts -8,
It's
Broncos
literally the same exact
-6,
situation.
49ers -7. Boom. There's
What was the last one?
49ers -7 with the Bears.
Oh, okay. All right, my turn.
That's in Chicago,
your turn.
though,
That
isn't
is in Chicago.
It could be played on the surface of the moon.
it? That's fair.
All right. I got Saints -5.5 at Falcons. So what a coincidence.
Oh!
We already bet it.
Ding, ding, ding. We got. What's the thing that the Barstool guys do? There's a. If you go against one another.
I don't watch Barstool.
Well,
Ding, ding,
the Barstool
ballot.
advisors, if they all have the same play, they have a census quake, and they shake the table. But then if they have like a contrarian take, they do something too. I think.
I don't watch.
Even though you're wrong,
Yeah, I don't
so.
Okay, I can't. I'm filling up the cut-ups. Like, I'm gonna have so many cut-ups to post on TikTok for this kid. Vikings money line. There's another one we're going against each other. Ring the
I
bell.
like that one.
And then I said I don't like totals in week 1, but Patriots Dolphins under 47. I don't think the Patriots score 10 points. I don't.
I don't want to get.
I don't.
This. I don't have the energy.
I mean, they're really
or
bad,
the
yeah.
mental
The
capacity
Dolphins
to do
defense
this
is,
right now.
in my opinion, a little underrated this year. They have the Patriots have Joe Judge and Matt Patricia.
Don't talk shit about Matt Patricia.
The two worst head coaches besides Adam Gase in the last 10 years.
Wait, Matt
not a good
Patricia's
head
the OC?
They're splitting OC.
Oh.
Listen, the way Bill Belichick's doing
That
it,
is atrocious.
the way Bill Belichick's doing it,
His
Joe Judge
ego's in the
Joe
way.
Judge is calling the run plays, Matt Patricia's calling the passing plays, or vice versa. But they're splitting up passing and run plays.
Yeah, I don't agree.
Who has ever done that before? And they're two of the worst coaches in recent history.
That's false.
Besides Adam Gase, who's been worse than either of them? Jeff Fisher, maybe.
Todd Bowles.
QB Brown.
Well, Todd Bowles at least won 10 games one year.
1 year.
Who's the guy who coached
He
the
also had a
Browns?
decent team.
Hubie Johnson or what was his name?
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson.
Freddie Kitchens. He
Hugh
was
Jackson
awful
was that.
too.
Freddie Kitchens will come either. Who is also on the Giants staff as a tight ends coach.
No, you mean the Patriots staff?
Oh, you're right. I was thinking of the wrong thing. He's on the Giants staff.
Freddie
Wrong
Kitchens on the
subject.
Pats staff?
No,
Oh,
he's on the
the
Giants
Giants.
staff.
Oh.
I screwed it up. I screwed it up.
I was like,
If
He's
he
a
was
Giants-
on the Pat staff, I don't think it'd be.
He's a
I don't
Giants
think I'd be a
talent
fan
coach.
anymore.
But give me that under. I think the Patriots defense will still be tough,
Yeah,
and I don't
think
trust
it'd be-
Tua stinks. I think that's a recipe for week 1 under.
But Tyreek,
And it's a divisional game, so there you go.
Tyreek.
Divisional under.
where is it being played?
Miami.
it's in Miami. Welcome to Miami.
Okay.
All right,
Any other?
there we
bullshit?
go.
Nope, you're good.
Leave comments below if you like any of our takes or if you have your own bets. Tom, put some comments below, Tom.
No one likes your bets, Tom.
That is true. But I don't know what to fade if you post them.
I don't think
Does he even bet football anymore?
Well, he can't bet down there.
It's not legal in North Carolina? Oh, just get a bookie, man.
Well, I mean, he can bet through us. He can't do it in Massachusetts either.
Yeah, well, they approved it. It's going to become legal soon.
Soon, yeah. Like I got a bet for Nick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's tough. All right, well, that's a wrap. Come back for week 2 and a week 1 recap.